Hey there, and welcome back to Tempting Fate Tours. A special welcome to all our new subscribers. We got a ton of people who watched our episode on John's Survivor 1949 minor lowlight, so welcome and keep watching. We've now introduced you to our two extremely old cars. The barn find 1955 Woody wagon that sat in a garage in West Los Angeles since 1968. And the Survivor 75-year-old minor lowlight with just 19,000 miles. So, what are we going to do with them? On our previous adventures, we drove two shabby, very used, mongrel British-Japanese Sterlings from Oregon to Texas to attend the Radwood event, only to find out somewhere in New Mexico that it had been postponed. We stashed them in a barn, we returned, entered the event, and we actually sold them. Then, we took John's 58 Riley and Scott's recently acquired MGB on a Lemons rally. In 3 days, we covered more than 1,100 miles, and we actually won a prize. There's another car we haven't even posted yet, but more about that another time. So what to do with these two latest cars? We feel they're pretty special, so we wanted to do something special with them. As you've obviously noticed, they're both Morris Minors, a car with a massive following in the UK. For 40 years, the Morris Minor Owners Club in Britain has put on an event called MOT, which stands for Minors on Tour. It's actually a pun because MOT also stands for the Ministry of Transport, which is the British agency that used to license cars and issue the round paper tax disc that you had to post in your windscreen, but I digress. Minors on Tour started in 1983, just 12 years after the last Minor went out of production. John had always sort of wanted to do it. It was on his bucket list, and he does have a major birthday this year. Tom, being Tom, said, "Oh, yeah, sure, let's do it."
Tempt fate, I guess.
So what is MOT? Basically, 40 to 100 miners gather in the UK, get on a ferry, emerge somewhere in Europe, and drive to a venue with camping and lodging. Because UK minor owners aren't necessarily the Bentley and Aston Martin crowd, the event can be an inexpensive holiday and a chance to show off the car, visit local sites in it, while hanging out with local minor people, many of whom bring spare parts and have mechanical skills. It's sort of an all-in-one package. From its start in 1983, MOT chugged along every year, minus some COVID lockdown years, and 2023's event covered more than 1,600 miles, including a bunch of mountain roads through the French Alps. That sounded like a hell of a lot of miles. 2024 was shorter and easier. It would go from the UK to the Netherlands to a campsite right on the German border. It was about 280 kilometers. For the Americans in our audience, that's 175 miles. It looked like it would be about 4.5 hours to drive that distance. Because the Netherlands is flat, the route was well suited to the oldest, slowest, least powerful miners, and that was pretty much what we had. Tom's 55 wagon has 800 cc's and develops a whopping 30 horsepower. John's 49 sedan has 900 cc's, but it's a flathead, kind of like a scale model of a Model A engine, so it puts out 27.5 horsepower. The half counts. MOT 2024 was informally dubbed the Slow Light Rally. This is just about maximum speed for this car, 0 to 60 NA. We just had to get the cars to a port and onto a ship and off to the Netherlands, and then retrieve them from a warehouse somewhere, and then drive them to a port somewhere to join the rest of the gang who would be coming off the overnight ferry. Except, Tom's car wasn't actually running, again, and John's car wouldn't start, and had at least one 75-year-old tire. We had a lot to do in a very short time. Stay tuned. If you'd be interested in a video on how to ship your car from North America to the UK or Europe, leave us a note in the comments. It's several steps, but it is doable. We both did it. It's not inexpensive. It's more than a mortgage payment, but it's a lot less than a good used car.